Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, June 3rd. Again, I'm putting up the information for the webinar for Saturday, June 13th. I'm just going to put this up probably every day so you guys can hopefully get a look at it and sign up. So check this out. You can look at it later. Now I'm going to go to the market profile. As we had one heck of a day again in the marketplace. Gap higher. Never look back. Never get back even near the opening after after A period. We go out with a price probe. Gap holds. It's 100 and somewhat ticks. We had the price probe yesterday. Obviously never got close to it. Bulls firmly in control. And the thing is, we said this. There was a price void, a price vacuum. So am I surprised where we went today? Absolutely not. We got up to 313.22. We got to within 62 cents of March's high. That's pretty significant. So, and I'm not surprised we kind of sold off there. Actually, I was looking to take a put play up there for next Friday. Just a small one to see if we pull back a bit. But I had a pretty... I'll go over my trades in a minute, but I was a little preoccupied with a long I had at that time. So I didn't do it because by the time I got out of the long and then right afterwards, M period sold off. That's fine. As far as my day today, looking for nothing but longs early in the day. Gapped higher. I did nothing in A period. I said there's nothing. It's too big of a gap. I don't want to get involved. It's too big, and I'm certainly not going to short. But B period is totally a different story. And that's exactly what I did. Took a long in B period and wrote it up. Did it again in D period. D period, not in C. I let C run up. I waited for, I did the B against the lap. Now, what I mean by that is when A period closes and then B opens up, depending on which way the day's going, so B came down like 5 or 6 cents. I always say if it comes down within 10 cents and that's it, and then never see it again, that's pretty impressive. So I took a long play against that. Took it out between A's high and B's high. Now it did actually come back down and take out B's low after that by a couple of cents. But that was all it ever did. And now usually you don't even see that. So I'm not even using it as a lowest accepted price, but that's what I took that trade against. D period, I took the trade because we were one time framing up and we had single prints. And it worked out very nicely as it went up. And had a very nice trade on that. I did that again in E when we had single prints. Now, the SPY had an attempt at 4 sets of single prints. Now, 2 of them were they filled within a matter of seconds. But they were still there. So that's the only negative you could say, that we had a chance for a trend day and it didn't hold. But I took another long in E period against the singles, and that held and worked very nicely. Then I was looking for an afternoon pullback low. Once F started, couldn't take out E's high, just watched. I was hoping F actually went up to around D's high. If F had done that and couldn't get above D's high, I would have taken a short looking for a pullback. Never got that opportunity. I wasn't going to sell it down here. Now, the market was incredibly long from overnight and from all morning. And look at the push they got. Nothing. F takes out E, continued to try to push lower. So I got long in each time frame. I took a small long in F because that's the innovator trade at that point. You don't know how low you're going. Took another one in G when it couldn't get distance below F. Did another one in H. All worked out back to POC. I mean, from E's low was 311.51. H's low was 311.13. They got 38 cents worth of pullback this entire day. Think about that. We're up 1.3%. They got 38 cents worth of pullback. That's it. It's pretty amazing. So to me, this market is still pretty long right now. But those trades all worked out from the long side. Then, since we didn't hold single prints, when K popped the top, I took a short, just a quick one, scalped it, because at that point now, I'm looking to get long for later in the day because the odds of a price probe would be very good. Now, I'm not using E's high as a price spike because I've said in the past now recently, if it gets violated a couple of times, which it did in K and L, that really shouldn't happen, but it didn't happen by much, and M just barely touched it, but I'm still not going to use it. We do certainly go out with a price probe. And then in M opened up, we probe, went down at around right after the 345 15-minute algo change when we pushed down below L. I took a size call position of the 313 calls that expired today, and it worked out beautifully. And that was my end of my trading day. Again, I was looking to short it possibly for next Friday, but that's fine. I went home flat, and you know what? You get back on a horse after a rough day yesterday, and it's very important for your confidence and your mental reserve. All right, destinations for tomorrow. On the upside, 313.22, today's high. Then 313.84, which isn't just a monthly high. To me, it's a very important one. When we get to the charts, I'll show you why. I mean, March was the month where we absolutely flushed out, right? So, March was that was a 100-point month basically in the SPY. 313 down to 218. So incredibly, we'll see how much energy the bulls have to take that out. Above that, if they do take that out and then get accepted above it, we don't have anything to 318.11. So again, the way we had a price void and a vacuum up to here, if we get above that monthly high, and I don't think it's going to be that easy to do it initially. I don't think it is. We have a void above that. For the downside, we're going to use L's high of 312.69. So yes, we close below that, but it doesn't matter because with a price probe, it's the last time frame. You don't know if it's accepted or rejected till a period. So 312.69. Then we have the afternoon pullback low of 311.13. And then today's low of 309.94 and filling the gap at 308.13, 171-point gap. And then let us go to the charts. I'm sorry if I can get them. If I can get this right, we'll get to the charts. All right, monthly, one time framing up for 2 months. I am still calling it balanced to monthly because of this range, right? It's a $95 range. That's a pretty amazing range for a month, right? The fact that we're trying to take it back. Now, obviously, it happened in 1 month. So if it could go down $95 in 1 month, it certainly can go up $95 in 3 months. No doubt about it. However, you would think you'd get some pause up here. Because guess what? If we take out March's high, you know what the next destination overall is? The all-time high. 339.08, and then the pre-market all-time high. Now, NASDAQ is banging on their door of their all-time high. So pretty incredible. But I still think we should get maybe a pullback either right at it or right above it if we look above it and come back in. But that remains to be seen. All time frames are incredibly healthy right now. Weekly, one time framing up for 2 weeks. This is week 3, getting distance away. Look at this. Right? We had a 3-week balance. Distance, and so far with 2 days to go, distance. So let's see. Do they get this? Or do we fail at it, at least initially? Remains to be seen. And then on the daily, same thing. Came out of a 5-day balance, up yesterday, up again today. Gap is my main focus. We're one time framing up 3 days. Now, structure-wise, I think this market is still fairly healthy. And why do I say that? Well, from the long term, we're one time framing up now 2 months above the trend line. On the intermediate term, we're one time framing up for 3 weeks. Very healthy, getting distance. The only one that I would say that there's some cause for concern on the underlying is because of some of these gaps on the way down. And I get it. We have a gap here. We have a gap here. We have a huge gap here. We have another gap down here. So no doubt some of the structure isn't great in the underlying. However, we did balance for a long time before we went up. We balanced before we went up. We balanced before we went up. So it's not like we've gone basically parabolic, Yes, we've had a huge move, but we have rested at certain times. So I don't think it's horrible structure. At some point, you want to come back and repair some of those, no doubt. But right now, for the shorter term, unless the bears get their act together, this market, at least has a chance to take out last month's high, and then we'll see if and what it gets above that. Volume 90 million, right on average. We'll probably do a little better than average since we still have the after hours to go. So we had a really good day in the Camelback Trading Room. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Check out what the webinar will be about. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.